Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. Week 5 is in the books, and we're going to take a look at everything that happened in NFL DFS on DraftKings in Week 5. I'm going to go through my Best Buys article. I'm going to see where I was right, where I was wrong, where we got lucky, where we got unlucky, where the process was in our favor, and where we made mistakes so we can correct them moving forward. We're going to take a look at how I did with my tournament lineups on top of Best Buys as well. Did I have a winning week? Did I have a losing week? And why? We're going to take a look at the Smiz Gang Listener League and look at the top 10 finishers from that. And congratulations to all of them. Week 6 is going to be here basically right now. And if you go to smizzle.tv/league, you can enter the Week 6 Listener League. It's 3,500 people, $35,000 in prize pool, $10, 3 max, no rake, just like always. Jump in there and make sure that it fills early. If we fill it early, they'll probably make it bigger. And we're going to go over the Guillotine League for the 06010 Fantasy Focus podcast at ESPN with Matthew Berry and Stefania Bell and Field Yates and Daniel Dobb. Well, 2 of them got cut, but still, you know the idea. We're going to see how I did in that one and if I am going to live to fight another week. So let's go.
He's a legend.
You guys have been absolutely amazing with our fundraiser that we're doing for No Kid Hungry. We are approaching $13,000 raised, trying to have a goal. We're trying to get to $25,000 by the end of the season. So 18 weeks, we wanted to raise $25,000. We're well over halfway there in the first 5 weeks. If you guys had a winning week in DFS, through any means, based on the videos that we do, my Best Buys article, being a part of the Discord, whatever it was, if you think that you had a good week and you want to give back to the community, every single dollar helps to get us to that point. So hopefully you had a winning week, and hopefully that you can help us do something about kids being insecure in this country. 1 in 6 kids suffer from food insecurity, and we can make a difference. So let's try to see if we can. If we go over to ESPN, it's an ESPN Plus piece. You have to subscribe if you want to get it, but like literally all of you have Disney Plus, so it's an add-on. So you should have it. Go look for this article. Smizzle.tv/Best Buys will take you to the brand new Best Buys article that comes out every Thursday morning of the football season. I turn it at the end of day Wednesday. It gets put up on Thursday morning. So Kyler Murray was my number one, or not my number one. He was the top. They sort him by salary. He was the first quarterback in the article, 22 of 31 for 239, 1 touchdown. He ran it 7 times for 1 yard. How does that happen? 13.7 points. He was a miss. Jalen Hurts, apparently impossible for this guy to miss. He don't miss. This guy don't miss. 22 of 37 for 198, no touchdowns. No touchdowns. And threw an interception. Ran the ball 9 times, though, for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ended the day with 23.92 fantasy points. Now, he had, I believe, don't fact check me on this, but his 37th touchdown called back due to a penalty on the season, on the young season. So, again, don't fact check that number, but it's high. If they can stop committing penalties when he throws a touchdown, and like the one this week that Greg Ward committed on that pick play was absolutely senseless. He had already done his job by getting the cornerback to go underneath, and Devonta Smith would have had another touchdown, but it is what it is. So he would have had a bigger day if that wasn't the case. Again, 1.8 fantasy points on DraftKings for Jalen Hurts at halftime of this game, and then ended up with 23.92. So 20 plus in every single game. The running quarterbacks continue to have a really high floor. Speaking of really high floors based on your running ability when you don't do anything with the ball through the air, Trey Lance, 15.6 DraftKings points completed, 15 of 29. We did not think he was going to be very efficient through the air in terms of his completion percentage. 192 yards and no touchdowns. Ran the ball 16 times, though, for 89 yards and got stuffed on like the 6-inch line, which is not going to happen very often. That was a tremendous tackle by Arizona's defense. So he could have had a touchdown on top of that and would have ended up 4Xing his salary. Kirk Cousins, strange miss for him. 14.4 DraftKings points, 20 of 38. Was not very efficient against the Lions. 203 yards and 1 touchdown, only no interceptions. Does not have a rushing floor. And Derek Carr got hurt in the middle of this game. Really weird output for the Raiders here. Just a strange day at quarterback all around, because the running backs all smashed. So quarterbacks, aside from like Tom Brady, didn't have like really big weeks. Derek Carr was a miss. 8.2 points, 22 of 35, 206 yards, and 1 interception. As always, quarterbacks are just a path for me to get to differentiating with double stacks and bring back plays. So unless you're playing cash games and you played somebody like Trey Lance to get you access to all these other guys, you are just fine. Derrick Henry, smash. Get those smash emotes in the chat. Derrick Henry, 29 of 130 for 3 touchdowns, 0 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards through the air. Who cares? 34 DraftKings points. He continues to roll. Leonard Fournette, also 12 carries, 67 yards and a touchdown, 4 catches, 5 targets, 43 yards, no touchdowns, 21 DraftKings points for 52. Smash. Samaje Perine. Now, we downgraded Samaje Perine before the snap on the anti-Tinkercast 45 minutes before lock because inactives came out and Dalvin Cook was out, meaning everybody pivoted over to Alex Madison. You did not need to get Samaje Perine, but Samaje Perine out-snapped Joe Mixon. Why was Joe Mixon even active on this day? Perine, 11 carries for 59 yards on more snaps than Joe Mixon, caught 4 balls for 5 on 5 targets for 24 and a touchdown, 18.3 points for 4K. He still smashed even though Joe Mixon was available. The last time Perine saw double-digit carries was week 16, 13 for 95, 2 touchdowns, 4K. Like, again, if you get volume in this offense at that price, you're going to perform. His price is way up now in week 6. Ezekiel Elliott was $5 running back, guys. And he did good things at a low percentage. 21 carries, 110 yards and a touchdown. Caught 2 of 3 for 2 yards and a touchdown. 28.2 DraftKings points. Smash. Chase Edmonds was a miss, but was not needed due to the Alex Madison jump. And like, you should have had him in 100% of your cash game lineups and a lot of your tournaments because he was just that good of a play. 6 for 15, 3 of 4, 19, 5.4. You want to give me an L on Chase Edmonds? Go ahead. But we did not end up on him. Devontae Adams, smash. 40.6 points, 11 catches, 16 targets, 203 yards, and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, smash. See, and we even mentioned if Cook is healthy or Alexander Madison. If not, he was in that article. 22.4 points, 7 catches, 8 targets, 124 yards, like all in the first half. What happened, Vikings? Was it just working too well in the first half? And you said, you know what? We're going to try and make this more difficult on ourselves in the second half. Let's not throw it to the guy who's always freaking open. Whatever. Jacoby Myers got tackled on the 1-yard line, caught 4 balls on 5 targets, 56 yards, fell on the 1-yard line again. He is cursed. Apparently he's just never going to score a touchdown, right? Apparently regression's not a thing, and he can get all these targets for all these yards, caught another 20-yard pass this week, just never going to score a touchdown. That's just frustration. He is totally going to score a touchdown if he continues to get this amount of volume. It's just a matter of when and not if. Antonio Brown, absolute smash. 7 for 8 for 113 and 2 touchdowns, 34.4 DraftKings points. Curtis Samuel got injured, but again, we knew that he was going to be he was not needed, let's just say, as the weekend got here. As from Friday on, once it became apparent that Shepard and Slayton were not going to play, we were pivoting a lot of our low dollar wide receiver allocation to Tony. One, he correlated a lot better with a higher profile, better offensive environment game, theoretically, right? Before kickoff. And he was like 4K, way too cheap versus price. So like Curtis Samuel got kind of phased out as the week went on with the addition of all those value running backs. Darren Waller missed 8.5 DraftKings points on 8 targets. Caught 4 of them for 45 yards, no touchdowns. Ricky Seals-Jones did totally fine. 9.1 DraftKings points, 5 catches on 8 targets for 41 yards. Now, here's the thing with RSJ. He's 3K in week 6. He basically had the exact same usage. This is exactly what we thought was going to happen. Logan Thomas is running about 75% routes per dropback. Ricky Seals-Jones played like 100% of the snaps, at least in the first half, played most of them in the second half, and ran 75% routes on Washington dropback. So that's going to continue. He's going to get top-notch volume in terms of underlying routes run, targets, all those things. He should be like 4,500 moving forward as long as Logan Thomas is out, and he's not going to come back for 3 weeks. And Ricky Seals-Jones in week 6 is like 3K again. So like we're going to be right back there again. Noah Fant, baffling that he only got 3 catches on 4 targets, as many routes as he ran this week. and as few guys as were out there for Denver. Only 20 yards, 5 DraftKings points. He's a miss. Max Williams got hurt. Not my fault. Raiders had 3. Eagles had 12. Chargers gave up like 7,000 points this week because apparently the Browns were going to score 50. Who saw that coming? Here's my Millionaire Maker lineups. I was in a position to absolutely go bonkers this week. As you can see, I had $3,000 in. I got $2,000 out. So I took a loss on DraftKings. I lost like $3,000 on DraftKings this week. 1,000 of it in this, and then I did not cash in high stakes. So a loss there for me, but I won that amount on FanDuel. So like, you know, whatever. Even Steven for me on the week. The problem for me being even on a week like this where I was all over all of the things makes me really, really sad. Because this was a week I should have clobbered. I should have Hulk smashed this week. But 12% of my lineups had Daniel Jones. 26% of my lineups had Saquon Barkley, my second highest played running back on the slate. And my other ones were like everybody that went nuts. Madison, I had like 55%. The field had 35%. You can see all my lineups that had over 200 points. I had a good amount of Ezekiel Elliott versus the field. Who else? Derrick Henry, I had 25%. All of the guys who went nuts. Williams, I had 12 or 15. Fournette, I had 25%. And a lot of things smashed. But when you lose like 35 to 40% of your lineups, that probably had, and again, I had 15% Tom Brady double stacks. I had 40%, 35 to 40% Devontae Adams with a bring back player with Devontae Adams like Jamar Chase. I was in a position to go completely nuts in the afternoon. I just didn't get there. So breaking even kind of feels like a loss for me. Here's my high stakes lineup that was on DraftKings here on the left. I can't put it on the right. Dak Prescott, I went with a skinny stack with CeeDee Lamb, brought it back with Tony. Henry and Madison were obvious plays. I wanted to keep Mike Evans in this line. I had to get him this week. He was a must-have for me in tournaments. Paired him with Gesicki. Went with Henry Ruggs as a low percentage play, but on FanDuel, I probably don't need to do that, especially not in high stakes. High stakes percentages are going to correlate more with cash game percentage. That's just the way that it goes. And like FanDuel's so soft in terms of salary, they're like, just play the obvious plays. This, the winner, Giant Squid, super sharp player, played like a really weird all over the place lineup, but like still got there because again, like 90 points scored in Cleveland and the Chargers, and he stacked the right pieces on the Chargers. Congratulations to him on getting there. Our listener league, here's your top 10. NJ Gordo took it down with a Tom Brady, Evans, Brown stack, brought it back with Gesicki. CeeDee Lamb scored 18 points. He brought him back. A little secondary stack with Tony. Played Madison, went for the low percentage play to kind of balance things out with Eckler, had the Cardinals defense who did good enough. That's how you build a tournament lineup, guys. Quarterback, double stack, bring it back with a secondary stack mixed in, and then play a couple of one-off plays as you can. Joey Lindy, 24. Franklin, 16. Al, Mean Green, HM. Monier, 33. Reed Spencer, username 88. Very creative. Packers for the win, 12. Railroaders and Cranor. Congratulations to everybody that finished in the top 10. We are going to be right back in week 6. Smizzle.tv/league will always get you into the latest listener league that there is that I have a link for. Looking over at the 06010, the Smizzle Smash Plays. I scored 129 points this week. My lineup: Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, Damian Williams, Terry McLaurin, Bobby Trees, Ricky Seals-Jones, because I had to pick him up because Logan Thomas on IR, Chase Edmonds, Jacoby Myers. I have Jerry Jeudy on IR. I have Logan Thomas on IR. I have Rashad Bateman on IR. These, like, maybe Jeudy comes back in week 7, so I only got to wait one more week for him. I got a couple of backup guys. Brian Edwards doing real well on air yards, but not turning him into actual fantasy points yet. Jameis is my backup QB. Jalen Waddle waddled right away because I had Chase Edmonds in there. Probably should have played Waddle ahead of him, but I had a higher projection on Edmonds, so I played the guy with the higher projection. I'm going to survive. I'm out of players remaining, and there's somebody with less points than me with players remaining, so I'm safe. I'm moving on to week 6, and we'll kind of see how things go there, but there's a few teams that are in danger. We have Presley, who's in danger. Is he in danger? Yeah, he's only got 56 points. Heineke, Mixon, Bolden. Whoever loses gets dropped. Everybody gets dropped to waivers. So he's still got players remaining. He's got Michael Pittman, Mark Andrews, and Marquise Brown tonight. If those guys go off, he will be safe. Strawman's Revenge has 86 points, has one player remaining. It is Lamar Jackson. So Jackson, Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Gainwell, Patterson, a few guys on his bench as well, and outwit, outplay, outlast Seth Walder's team. Seth Walder's the guy who writes that really good column on ESPN with the win rates, I believe, the run blocking win rates. Josh Jacobs, Darrell Henderson, Odell Beckham Jr., Cortland Sutton, Tunyon, Steph Diggs, who's a massive buy low candidate for me right now. So one of these teams is going to get dropped completely to waivers, and I can't wait to see who it is because I'm over here salivating. Just over here, I got to get somebody. I got to improve this squad. But we're on to week 6. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch up to you later. Bye.
He's a legend.